my, I wasn't expecting any visitors. My, you certainly do look a little bit worn out from your travels. Oh, just look at my terrible manners. I'm Agatha. It's so nice to meet you. Now, what brings you all the way out here? Oh, don't worry about me. I'm just fine out here. My husband, rest his poor soul, saw to it that our house was well protected from the elements and the inhabitants of the wastes. Well, that's kind of you to say. Yes, he's gone. After he built this place, we spent many happy years together. We decided to cut off contact with the outside world and just depend on each other for comfort and company. Oh, goodness, no. I have a supply caravan that passes here maybe once a week. I trade with him for whatever I need, and I stock up enough till they return. Besides shelter, well, I offer something in the way of entertainment. I play songs on my homemade violin, and people trade me goods. If not in person, I use my husband's old radio set. The men in the caravan say it keeps their morale up on lonely nights in the wasteland. Oh, you are a clever one. Yes, that's exactly the problem that I have with it. It doesn't quite play all of the notes correctly, and I have to constantly tinker with it. Yes, my husband was very proud of the setup. He tinkered with that thing for years to get it working. I've tried to use it to get whatever I need, but I've never gotten a reply. But now that you mention it, yes, there is. My trading depends on my violin. Without it, I have nothing to play, no way to make music. If you can bring me a violin, a better one, I'd feel much more secure. Yes, very sad, isn't it? Sad to think that no more musical instruments will ever be made the old way ever again. Well, fortunately, I know where perhaps the last real violin in the world exists. If you give me your word that you will recover it, I will tell you more. Well, that's just so sweet of you. I feel bad sending you off with nothing like this. I have a small amount of ammunition that my husband left behind, a box of odds and ends. I don't think I've opened it in years. If you do this for me, you're welcome to take whatever you need. Oh, I don't think I've been this happy in years. As promised, here's the key to the ammunition box. It's right under the radio table. Before you leave, I have some information that may help you, at least a place to begin. It all starts with my great-great-grandmother Hilda back in 2077, before the bombs fell. Of a kind, yes. Hilda sent a good deal of letters to my great-grandmother Mary, who passed them on, and so forth. I suppose the correspondence could be considered a diary of sorts. It certainly is a long time. That precious instrument has been through a lot. Anyway, Hilda was quite a special woman, classically trained and exceptionally talented at the violin. Her pride and joy was her Stradivarius violin. I can only imagine how exquisite this instrument must have been. When the war reared its head, she was invited by Vault Tech into Vault 92. They claimed the vault would be dedicated to preserving musical talent. Vault Tech was always promoting the vaults being used for the preservation of the arts and all that nonsense. Hilda couldn't pass on a chance to meet many of the other musical talents of the world, so she accepted their invitation. Then the bombs fell, the vault was sealed, and my family never heard from her again. She kept it in a special pressurized case. Inside the case is the perfect temperature and humidity for the instrument. If the case is still functioning, the Stradivarius would be in perfect shape. Hilda's Stradivarius was named the Swa Stradivarius. All of them had names. That's what I want you to get. That's the catch. I have no idea where it is. I'd suggest making your way to Vault Tech headquarters in the D.C. ruins. That would be a good place to begin. Good luck! She was quite a special woman. Hilda was her name. Classically trained and exceptionally talented at the violin. Her pride and joy was when it happened. Watch yourself out there. have the violin? You've done it! Oh, my goodness gracious! Seems like you've been gone forever. Please tell me you have good news. Oh, my goodness! I must see it, please. Oh, my. It's more beautiful than I could have ever imagined. I can't thank you enough. I wish I had something to give you, a more suitable reward for all your efforts. All I can give you is the frequency to my radio set. Tune in whenever you feel like listening to the strains of an old woman's violin playing. Sit down a spell and relax. Well, I suppose I could. They aren't my pieces of music by any stretch of the imagination, though. You make a good point. I'm no spring chicken, so one day I'll be gone. Oh my, what if I'm the last person on the planet to know these pieces of music? What if all the recordings have been destroyed? To lose such beautiful music would be a shame. Well, I only need 2 things, my noggin and some music paper. Look around you. Do you see any fancy computers or high-tech gizmos? My husband and I were never into that kind of junk. The most high-tech thing we have is the radio setup. And even that was old before the bombs fell. I need the paper. It's all I know how to use. Can you help me? Well, thank you. You've done so much for me already. I just don't know what else to say. If you get the paper, head back here in time. There's no rush. I'm afraid I don't. I'm surprised you didn't find any in Vault 92, knowing that it was a place where musicians used to live. I would ask every merchant and just search the wasteland. Perhaps one day you'll be in luck. Come back soon. Recent events have made the world seem like a better place. I hope all of you out there can smile and feel better knowing that it's true. To my new friend. Thank you for bringing me what I've been searching for all these years. traveling merchant who only goes by the name Crow. I thank you for all the times you spent keeping me company. Enjoy the music, my love. Dedicating this next piece of music to my loving husband. May his soul find peace. They say recent events have made the world seem like a better place. I hope all of you out there can smile and feel better knowing that it's true. You are welcome here any time. You're a sight for these old eyes. My word! You actually found some real music paper. I didn't even think it possible. Yet here it is. You've really outdone yourself this time. I knew getting the Stradivarius was a challenge, but this is just incredible. This is all too much. You deserve more than just a pat on the back. Well, like I told you before, I don't have wealth out here in the sticks, but I can certainly provide you something useful. My husband left me something else beside the radio setup. I think you'll find it useful. It's his old pistol. He tinkered with it some and used to practice with it all the time. Now I want you to have it. You're welcome. Just keep it clean and repaired and it will never let you down. Now scoot. I have to get cracking on this music notation. Sit down a spell and relax. I would love to play for you.